people who were so close to becoming billionaires but let fear get in their way. Back in 1976, a 41-year-old engineer named Ronald Wayne was working at Atari when he met two young men named Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak who had a brilliant idea for a computer company. Because Ronald was the adult in the room and the two Steves lacked business experience, he convinced them to formalize the venture by personally typing up the original partnership agreement on April 1st, 1976. For his essential help in the early days, he was given a 10% stake in the brand new company called Apple, but Ronald was secretly terrified of what was happening next. You see, Apple was a general partnership, which meant every partner was personally responsible for the company's debts regardless of who signed for them. While the two Steves had almost nothing to lose, Ronald owned a house and had significant savings that creditors could target if the business failed. When Steve Jobs took out a $15,000 loan to fulfill an order for a store called the Bite Shop, Ronald stayed awake at night fearing he would be held legally responsible for the entire amount. But his fear went even deeper than just one loan. Years earlier, Ronald had started a slot machine business that failed miserably and left him with a deep emotional scar regarding financial risk and debt. He eventually decided he was not cut out for the stress of a startup and signed a dissolution agreement just 12 days after the company started to protect his personal assets. To walk away from his 10% stake and future claims, he accepted a total of $2,300. But the true cost of that fear is almost impossible to imagine. If Ronald had held on to his shares through the years, that 10% stake would be worth over $300 billion today. Instead, he lives a modest life in Nevada while the very contract he typed on his own typewriter later sold at an auction for $1,600,000.